You know when? Hello and welcome. Still setting things up. One moment. In a minute, we'll get started. First thing we're going to be doing today is more of the running of. Oh, welcome to Fortnite, by the way, with Sephiroth PX / Joshua Winters. Today we will be running more of the uh, running missions and reading the Dead Ends stories from my Dead End series. I'm hoping you enjoy them. Dead Ends 2 gets more violent and more graphic. Just a heads up, more of the videos may be marked 18 plus over on YouTube. If you were on my channel right now, it should have already given you the adult warning. We'll be going in a minute. I'm sorry that I said it on this thing and y'all have to listen to stuff while I set things up, but since this is the PlayStation, there's no "please hold, we're not quite ready" sign that you get on like the main thing. For our first thing, we're going to actually add to where I usually rant, because we're going to have a little chat first and foremost. Let's see what's on the creative. Decent little creative place. It looks like I'm in Louisiana. I'm not kidding. Look, like willow trees, swampy area, an old racist slave owning mansion. I'm in Louisiana. I like that there's actual frogs in here. There's not usually live animals in these things. We got the gargoyle. Gargoyle. Oh, I broke it. Spider webs I won't be getting near. Gothic lighting. And I do believe they improved the lighting to almost RTX style the way it blends. If it isn't, it's impressive looking. It's almost too natural not to be somewhat RTX run. Old car full of cobwebs. Can we go inside the old mansion? No, it's just for looks. Oh, there's even a little bit of inside for you to view, which is cute as heck. And creepy music. Oh, that's an invisible wall. Okay, cute. I like it. As a horror fan, I approve. Let's go look over here real quick, and then we'll get started on my rant, then we'll get started on the stuff. Brody. Oh, can't go in here. Is a mausoleum. If you don't know what a mausoleum is, that is where they keep the dead above ground. It's very popular in areas where you keep the dead in ground like this can be a little pain in the butt, like Louisiana, which is swampland. So I have to say Louisiana usually isn't this hilly. This mausoleum seems to have a party. That one. They're all having parties, and I wasn't invited, but I'm dead. Should be invited. A vampire. Oh. So, irony. I'm a vampire carrying vampire hunting. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Vampire hunting swords, right? Or at least swords that hunt the supernatural. And vampire and werewolf hunting blades on my back. I'm a vampire with hunting equipment. The hell is that? Weird footsteps that aren't mine. There's like a witch's cabin over here, and my eyes are not allowing me to see what that is. Something in a boat that looks like a cat doll, but it looks creepy. So anyway, we are here first today because, as usual, I come to the creative area to do a little rant. I, as many know, am a trans ally. I am a kind of aggressive trans ally, and I absolutely despise the complete evil GOP Christian march against trans rights and trans rights to exist and trans rights to teach and trans rights to use the bathroom and trans rights to go practice in a sport. The GOP, as usual, are just evil fucking people. They always have been and they always will be. And ever since they were captured and controlled by the conservatives, and there's no one left that isn't a conservative, it's become the worst cult we've ever had to deal with. So there's 2 points I want to make today. There's a lady named Sarah Gonzalez who is is either a quote-unquote journalist, so that's a word you should use very loosely with her, for the place known as Blaze TV, or an owner of it. What Blaze TV is, I don't know. I've never heard of it. I think it's a wannabe Fox News with no popularity. She attended a trans show yesterday or day before yesterday, and she claimed, I went to a family trans show, an all families trans show, or family friendly trans show, and this is what it was, and it was a trans person dancing to a sexy song flashed her panties, and there was one kid, only one, in the background, and a bunch of parents. Or actually, I should say that one kid's probably parents and a bunch of adults, because we don't know if there's parents in the group, just like we don't know if there's actual kids in the group. She claimed that it was an all family event, except for that's a fucking lie. 2 reasons. The place she says it took place is a bar for adults only, because it is wholly a bar. Kids don't go into bars, and bars don't hold family-friendly events. Second, the news articles and the place's own site I can't think of the word, but noted that this was an adult-orientated gathering. It was adult-themed. It was for adults, because it's in a bar. It was not for family, and children were not supposed to be there. So you're probably like, but wait, what about that one kid in the video? Most likely, because this has already happened once. The evil fucking GOP. Maybe even Sarah Gonzalez herself. We don't know, but this is likely. Invited a GOP Republican conservative to bring their child into the video to have him front and center so they can press this lie so that they can feed their fucking hate cult. Because that's exactly what they are. A hate cult. So fuck her. It pisses me off that the hate cult like her are pressing this hard to ruin people's lives because, I don't know, insecurity? Evil? Maybe they're just plain evil. Maybe they're just so dark and heartless and cruel and crooked that in no way is there any good left in their hearts. That all they care is to harm other people because they didn't get what they wanted in life or some shit. And to press this further, there's a new bill that the GOP, the evil Christian cult known as the GOP, who uses their Christianity to do evil fucking things, is pushing. The bill terms lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders not as sexuality and gender, but as sexualness, as things that are a perversion, as things that shouldn't be around children. This will, of course, is meant to have several different effects. A, any children that are, quote-unquote, introduced to the idea of homosexuality, bisexuality, or transgenderism, the people who do it can be federally charged. This is doubly for anyone who is a doctor, for anyone who is a kid, a teacher, for anyone who is a leader of some kind. If you introduce these kids to sexual orientation or to gender nonconformity, you can be fired and charged by these evil cult Christians known as the conservatives. That's the gist of it. That's what they're trying to do. But that also poses a problem. This makes it illegal, wholly illegal, for the LGBTQ who are open to hold such positions where they might introduce the fact that they're gay or the fact that they're trans to kids. This means that LGBTQ or queer teachers can no longer exist. People like me can no longer teach kids. And it's funny because most of the people doing harm to the kids are conservative assholes these days. That is my rant. I don't want to take it too long. But here is the fact. Conservatives are ruining America wholly, and then blaming it on Biden. Conservatives are destroying rights of people, and then blaming it on others. Conservatives will ride this country to hell and laugh about it. They will ride this world to Armageddon for oil profit. There is nothing good about conservatives. There never was, but it's become worse and worse as time gone by. The only reason you have to vote conservatives coming up in these elections is because you are an evil freaking person, because your heart is full of hate, because you don't care about the country, because you hate LGBTQ, because you're racist. Those are the people who should be voting conservative because they are evil people, and that is an evil cult. If you want America to retain being America, if you want America to retain its democracy, if you want America to be a place of freedom and rights, you have to vote left. The GOP doesn't need to lose, it needs to be abolished. The GOP is wholly evil and nothing less, and it needs to go for good. It needs to lose so bad that the party crumbles into nothingness. And then we can have the left split into the right and left of its groups and have some normalcy left back, while the evil cultists of the conservative clans crawl back into their holes, or become even violent, worse terrorists than they already are, and have to be dealt with by law. But here's the fact. You either vote left, or you destroy America. That's it. In an America controlled by the light, by the right light, actually, by the Christian cultists that are evil as hell, there's no religious freedom. There's only Christianity. There's no race freedom. There's only white. You think that if you aren't white and you are supporting the Republicans, they're going to herald your rights forever? No. They're coming after gays and trans now, but they'll come after you too, just like they did before. They're conservatives. They are the KKK. They are the neo-Nazis. They'll come after you. Just like they're coming after us. It'll all happen in steps. But no one will have any rights except for white Christians that are extremely conservative. So we have a choice in America, and it's very, very close. The votes this time and the votes next presidency will either herald in the America we love by bringing the left to the forefront and the ruling power. It'll keep it split, and America will continue to dissolve around our heads as the right continue to do everything they can to destroy us. All of us, not just the queer. Or the right will win, and fascism will win, and America will die. It's really wholly up to all of us. I will be voting. I will be voting full blue in Texas, which is a really difficult thing to do because A, they try to stop you from voting in Texas, and B, there's apparently enough people outside the big cities to hold the state as red, or they're cheating. So do us all a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do America a favor. Vote left and abolish the GOP. Okay, now we get going. Okay, we're gonna do what we usually do. I have to get dead ends actually set up. I forgot about that. I'll probably highlight that just so I can go into the politics area. Where be my Kindle? Okay, Dead Ends 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 stories to it. It is, ooh. Oh, that's, how do they count the locations in friggin' weird? I don't know how they count the pages in freaking this app at all. And then I also want, let's get out of here, open up. What is? Open images, just so I can find the werewolf areas. Oh my god, just open my image folder. What the hell, Google? Google, hey, go to your files and open images yourself, you jerk. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we'll be doing missions today, but we'll also not be doing mostly werewolf. The point here is if I get unless my missions call for it, especially if I'm done with my missions by then, if I get the werewolf tool, werewolf weapon, I drop all non-werewolf weapons. I can only carry uh, health and shield once I get that, but that'll be on later once we're done with the missions. We should have some missions either on or coming up here in a minute. Okay, so weekly is tomorrow actually. Nothing new up here. Destroy chrome structures in 46 minutes. Oh, this has been reset already. Oh no, it reset yesterday? Oh no, I did yesterday, that's right. Duh. Well, I thought I didn't finish it, but I did finish it. I swear I was doing something that still had something to go. I guess not. Yeah, I still had to finish top 5. Okay, so these might reset every day to where you don't get more. In that case, I may have just screwed myself over from getting the pickaxe, the tool. That sucks. So we have to do these definitely now. Help defeat Inquisitor at Grim Gables. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Search chests at Grim Gables, Reality Tree, and Nobi Crab, and we'll do that first. The Inquisitor is gonna be a pain in the butt because they're difficult. And there's gonna be more than one person trying. Good morning, especially to my trans people and trans allies. Hello. Welcome. There is a story in this one I will read, but is actually going to be remixed and placed into a new collection. We'll get to it. It's like towards the end, middle or the end. Oh, it's one of the last ones. Actually, before last ones, called Victims of Freedom. It is a trans-relative story. This is all horror stories, and none of them end well because it's dead ends. But I'm going to be remixing it to exist into the world that is in Climax of Evil. Now, Climax of Evil, when I ever get that friggin' cover art, will be free. Partially because it's not very long, and partially because, yes, there is this story sort of mixed into it. It'll come out as soon as I get my cover art. It's pretty much finished and ready. It's been edited. It's really easy to edit up a bunch of shorts. I believe this is a PlayStation only emo, right? This is like one of the best PlayStation only. Actually, that's 2 good PlayStation only emotes now. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I forgot to do something. I forgot today we were supposed to do a map look clear, so we'll do that after this match. How about that, guys? We'll do this match, and then we'll do a map look through before we do any reading. Wish we had flying vehicles already that make the map look so much easier. Oh, this is the okay. So this is a cabin from a. Oh, is this not it? I don't think this is it. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so this is a cabin. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Whoops! I pissed off Ash. Woo. Okay. That was a waste of time. Alright, Ash is after me. Ash, freak off. I'm sorry I shot at you, Ash. I didn't burn down your house if there's anything. I think you did that. So that is the Evil Dead cabin, by the way, that just burned down. I wanted to show you it, but we'll do it during the map changes. Sorry. It's hilarious. Damn. I knew she was gonna get me. Okay, that was a short one anyway. This is gonna be a pain in my butt trying to get these things done because everybody else is gonna be trying to get them done. That's the problem with daily ones. Is I guess he's in Halloween too. Actually, for this, let's go ahead and go as Dyer. So we're gonna go ahead and not do read this time. We're gonna load up Dyer since he's our werewolf. And I'd like to self-plug real quick. I'm a writer. I write a lot. I love writing. And I have a new novel out. It's a werewolf novel. It's a dark urban fantasy. If y'all like those kind of things, please go support it. I love writing. I'd like it to be my main job. I'd like it to be the one thing I do. But it's up to people liking my stuff. If people like my stuff, they buy it. I get $3 I can sell. Enough people do it and I can live, and mild enough people do it and I can pay bills. It's all up to you guys. You can find it. Actually, I'll go ahead and post a link here. Quick. I don't know. Hopefully no one's having a wedding. Did you get the joke? It was a joke. You people on YouTube, if you can't see this link, it's because it's not visible to you. You'll need to. I will post this link down below in the comments if I remember. I should, but you never know. Where'd my chat go? So So down in chat, you'll see a link posted up. That is a link to all the links to my. It's a link to my Facebook page, which links you to all the types of ebook places you can buy it from. Okay, so now we are there, and we will be going to Battle Lab. And today we start off, technically, if we don't count what we just did, because I didn't actually accomplish anything. We're going to start off. Ooh, can we do this in Battle Labs? No. Bullshit. It'd be so much easier if we do it in Battle Labs. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna be easier. Pop that. What the frick? I didn't choose this. This is not Battle Lab. I swear I chose Battle Labs. In the house hub. See, it says Battle Lab. Matchmaking Battle Lab. There we go. Let's talk about werewolves while I do this, at least in my story. I like werewolves, I have always. Oh, we already have a change here. So I don't think there's a change there, or on any of the land, but we do have these popping up everywhere. Now, in case you're wondering what this is, it's a landing strip that is flying, and in case you're wondering why, there's apparently a purpose. The planes are coming back. I don't know if it's going to be for Christmas, which would denote that this event will head into Christmas before we lose this island at least, or if it'll be very soon. But apparently, that is noisy. Apparently, planes are going to come back. I think that's the biggest change. Over here, the chrome is spreading a little. Can't really see it on the islands too well. Is there a place to launch off from here using the, no, I'll use this instead. So if, let's not go yet. If we go this way, we can Herald Sanctum and go that way. We'll go ahead and hit Fort Jonesy and go down to Clarity Condos. Herald Sanctum, nothing too new. This is the gas station area. There isn't a bunch of huge stuff over there. I have not actually checked Fort Jonesy, so hold your horses. Something might be different. That is still being captured by the pillars, whatever you want to call them. And by going this way, I think I can hit. Oh no, I'm nowhere near Reality Falls. Reality Falls on the other side of the freaking map. We will eventually end up in Reality Falls. Oh. Big thing today. Hold on, let me see if I can catch him. Come here. Say hello to the Zombo chicken. Oh my god. I heard a wolf. I hear a chrome wolf. Okay, where the creepy ass chrome wolf piled in from? So this is Fort Jones. It's a little more chromed up maybe, but not like a ton different from last time we've been here. Everything's still raised, and everything raised is still safe. I doubt that's going to last. Relax Fit Jonesy. Hello, Relax Fit. So with that done, we'll go ahead and go to Cloudy Condos, which apparently there is a site. So in several areas, you'll see these pop up, right? And these are actual uh, altars, altars to the wolf. There's a creature we'll meet in a minute. Maybe I'm assuming. Oh, did he just crunch? Gross, bro. Just kind of hoping to get the chrome wolf to protect me. But in several areas, this is altars. The altars are to the wolf. The wolf will infect you with its tool and its face, and you become a werewolf, technically. A digital looking werewolf, but a werewolf. So, you know, I'm happy with that. Actually, I haven't used it on Dyer. It'd be cool if it didn't take over Dyer's head, since he's already a freaking werewolf, and just gave him the claws. But it'd also be cool if instead of giving him the digital claws, it was just his hands, because holy cow, we still need that tool. Fortnite, you don't have to give me the actual weapon as a tool. I know you won't like that anyway. But could you maybe, just give us the ability to have hands as tools? Because this is the closest thing I got so far. Which isn't terrible. Except for his giant blade sticking out of the paws. Okay. So, as you can see, this place has been wholly taken over by these columns, and somewhere around here there's an altar. This way. There's several of these around the map, including the main two at the reality tree. There it is. It's a weird ritual. So, werewolves in this game have three main things. Slash attack, which is very similar, but much more, I think, much more powerful than Wolverine's claws. Jump and slash attack, again, very similar, but it seems a little more refined than Wolverine's claws were. Although when I say these are powerful, I don't know if Wolverine's claws ate through things like this. And then one more called Wolf Sense. Now, I don't have anyone near me, so I can't really do anything with it. But if there was someone near me and I hit this, it would detect them, and for a moment I would be locked on to their location for actually a good while, but someone has to be near you for it to work. The thing is, once that happens, it activates Dead by Daylight mode. And what I mean by Dead by Daylight mode is that they can hear your heartbeat if you are detecting them and you're near them. Which is actually quite freaky. So with that, Cloudy Condos actually isn't too different other than that. It's basically the same infection it was last time. You see some moving over to this area, actually. It looks like it's reaching up into the speedway. Let's go look. It's not quite into it, but it's gotten really close. It seems to have moved back. Wolfie? Wolfie! Come here, Wolf, I need one of you. Oh, you know what they should have done? When you're in this mode, wolves should attack you. Oh, I have a freaking weapon on my hands now. I forgot about that. Also, these are back. We'll head over to Flutter Barn. I don't think anything new in Rocky Reels. Actually, come here. You're now my ride. Get on down to the Flutter Barn. Yeah. I like snack weapons. Look, is that Border Collie from the one video? Only instead of chasing the guy's bike, he's got someone riding on him. I thought that would have launched us. It didn't. I'm a werewolf infected by werewolfism. 3DS chickens. Holy cow. If you want some? Fine. Come here, wolf. Sorry, Wolf. Sorry. I betrayed my wolf for a new wolf, or chrome wolf, since I am a chrome wolf. Oh, regular chicken. So, I think there's more columns here. They're reaching up to get to Flutterbarn. I hope Flutterbarn gets high enough. There's a lot of these, by the way, upside down chests. I've seen a handful of those now. Looks like it might be stretching further out this way. Okay, so we'll head to Greasy Grove just because we're headed that way. Tilted Towers, there's nothing new. Well, actually, there is something new. I'm sorry. Tilted Towers now has the airship over it. It's evacuating Tilted. Apparently, the insurance company took off without evacuating Tilted. I think the insurance company isn't evacuating anybody, despite having one of the larger vehicles. It appears to be looking over prone damage because it's an insurance company. My wolf go. Slow ass wolf. I'm seeing more chrome wolves than normal. That's 2 right there. More of them. Likewise, the insurance company is now in Shiny Sound, which has a new name. Sleepy Sound has been fully infected up north and is being considered an affected area. A lot of the buildings have lifted off the ground, but not all of them, I think. I think all the ones that were tied to the balloons lifted off the ground just in time. But the actual city, I don't think, showed any sign of infection. We'll drive by it just to look. Nothing new over here. Still just shrooms. You'd think this place that was destroyed by shrooms would have something, but to tell you the truth, the shroom forest doesn't have much either. Maybe the shrooms are stopping it? Who knows? Taco Boy, what do you gotta say? Sorry, just sold the last taco. You son of a bitch. My tacos. Oh, right. For vaulting, hold X, by the way, because if you double X, you'll end up slashing, getting a character or something, and getting in trouble. Oh, speak of the devil. So we'll go ahead and get some height and flight from here. The ship, which without we're evacuating people, has ended up all the way down here. It is in a bay area. I don't know if it's going to try and land and then sail away. Just a handful of these sheets after it was put in. Is he here somewhere? They are. What do you say, Blackheart? How did the ship go so far inland? You're not inland anymore. Are you talking about when it was originally here? Excuse me? The glitch exists. There we go. Now, if I try to slide up this thing and do this, I'll do... Oh, it breaks. Oh, but it stops it. Hell. Okay, so we got 2 places to go over here. One of them we already went to. And shot the proprietor, and he got mad at us. And the reality tree. Let's go ahead and hit the reality tree first. This is the reality tree. It's starting to have, like, these digital vines. The vines remind me of what's in the willow. You go into it and you see it's an area that's been kind of affected by whatever the hell this is. We saw at Ash's place too, kind of darkness. It's holy... Ow, I forgot I was in this mode and I don't have the glider. Here's Zombo. You can see the shades are back, and they're partying with this DJ. And they want us to dance. Oh, rejected because I already won. But I didn't try this yet. You think you can do this? No, cannot. As soon as you close, the shades are gone. You can get on here and get yourself some stuff. There's no... There should be a music going on. There's usually music going on for this. Oh god, I can't see. How'd I get out of here? Wait, did they take away all the easy ways to get out of this place? Hello? What the fluff-a-mugga just happened? What the frig is Ash's house? Okay, I don't think that's the other house I needed. I think the other house I needed is... Here's one house. I have to figure out where the other house is. So this is Ash's house. I don't know why I just died and reset. Oh no, my weapons! Shit. The zombies are as weak as usual, apparently. Ash is leaving all of his doors open. So this, by the way, if you've never seen it, is the house from Evil Dead, nearly perfectly recreated. It even has the vines on the front porch thing, which is amazing. The creepy ass swing. So, a long time ago in Evil Dead 1 and in Evil Dead 2, these people came to this house to have a party. Evil Dead 1 was supposed to be serious horror. It was so campy. Evil Dead 2 was making fun of itself. We have the clock where the person was trying to draw it when they ended up drawing the Book of the Book of the Dead, aka the Necronomicon. Ash Williams, who I'm assuming is coming to the store. We have this here, which is where, we go below? Oh, we can go below. Where Ash kept his undead wife, his evil dead wife. I believe I lost my wolf. Oh, I guess I can go back to the reality tree and get the wolf back. I don't know. You're knocking. That's creepy. Ash, kill whatever's at the door, dude. Oh. Sorry, I'm just getting shit. Since I lost all my stuff to whatever happened over there at the falls. So yeah, this is the Evil Dead area. I don't know if we ever go in the basement in actual Evil Dead. Let's see if there's any more Easter eggs. Oh, we have the laughing... Frick. Somewhere out there. We have the laughing deer head. Wait, is this one? Ash. Zombie, take care of it. We have the laughing deer head. I don't know if we'll do anything with that ants. Yeah. This? No. Good. Oh. Hello. So this is the Necronomicon, and this is a tape player that plays the Necronomicon's actual words and awakes the Evil Dead in the movie. Ash, in the way. Ash is, of course, played by Bruce Campbell. Ash, mamacita, get the frig out of the way. We have a very messed up looking kitchen. It's very dark in here. There's a bedroom with not much in it. Oh, this bed here. There. I don't see anything else. I'm surprised not to see his chainsaw lying around, honestly. This is a very faithful recreation of the cabin. But, you know, Whoops. Was there nothing down here? That was obvious that I could actually freaking see. Holy cow. Super. I don't know what this is. It's dead. Anything on the outside of the house? Appears to be a toolbox of some kind. Oh, there it is. Can we use it as a weapon? No. Oh, we broke it. Spoiled it. Okay, so we might avoid the reality tree because I don't know what the frick just happened over there. Unless the reality tree broke the game and or kills you after a little while, we should go down there and try to get werewolf. So, worst thing's gonna happen is it's gonna pop us again and then we'll just get teleport. This area is nothing new. Let's go get us a werewolfism and just see what happens. Get out of the mode. Now, somewhere... Yeah, it was influence. Come on, get out of the influence. Okay. Somewhere is another area with a house in it that has Willow in it. Willow's an aggressive bad guy. I don't know why Willow's aggressive, but Willow's a freaking sweetheart in Save the World, but she's aggressive in here. Ash, there's two characters. Willow walks around as aggressive. Ash walks around and is not aggressive unless you hit him. And let's see if I can hunt down the llama. Llama mill. Poop. Poop. Oh, hello. Poop. Oh, fuck that. Poop. Lost my wolf too when I died. Quote unquote died. It wasn't really death. It was like a non-existence. So let's see where we're going. Nothing in the rave cave. So we'll head through the rave cave to the Chrome Junction, I think. Not through the rave cave, but by the rave cave. Nothing really new has happened in the rave cave. I don't think it's being infected. Okay, water kills you. What the absolute frick is going on here? Why can I not go in the water? Is this something that's going to happen in... Let's head north, I guess. Is this something that's going to happen in the game? Am I going to die every time I hit water? If so, that'll make the game twice as difficult. Okay, so we're here. Might as well land here. Well, this area isn't really much different. You can see the lighthouse is taken off, and several of the buildings have shown back up. We're going to test something. I'm going to land it in the water. There's the insurance company. I actually get wolf from up here anyway if I want wolf. Okay. Yeah. Water is crashing the game. I don't know if I touched water on my first match. I'll test that in game. Okay, so there's another wolf thing here. This area doesn't have a lot of difference in it. It's fully taken over here, somewhat creeping around the side over there from what I can see is past them little bay area. The most important thing is this is here now. Once again, yeah, werewolf. I had so much good items for healing. And once again, a werewolf infected werewolf. Double werewolf. Ultra werewolf. Okay, so no water. Holy cow. With that, we'll go over the junction, and that might be really the end of our thing today. More of these guys, by the way. There isn't a bunch of huge things. There's that one mansion, but I'm not entirely sure where it is. Well, we may cross it with Willow. Willow is aggressive, so we do have to fight her. But look off yourself. Take one of you. Eat the other. What? The bro didn't drop any meat, man. Yeah, I'm as disappointed as you are. Oh, they have another one here. So there's another dance place here. Wolf versus chicken. Wolf versus chicken versus chicken. None of these animals are dropping food. Weird. So Chrome Junction has been almost fully taken over, by the way. You see Chrome here. None of it was evacuated, most likely because it's a just like a town, an old west town. It may have been abandoned for all I know once it became Chrome Junction, or not. Once it became Log Junction, because hello, if you come from the past and you have better modern equipment, you head to the modern place, but who knows? And that's all I know that is different, other than what's her name's place, but I'm not 100% sure where that frick that is. Let's see. We may end up with it. Let's go ahead and load up into the game now. And we're going to test to see if water kills us in match, which would be really weird. Hold on, my son is... Okay, what is Miami Standard News staff? I don't know who Miami Standard is. Posted a thing that said California introduces new bill that would allow mothers to kill their babies up to 7 days after birth. That's of course fake. I don't know if this is a right-wing news group that is pushing BS to disparage abortion rights, or if this is just like an onion that is playing on the conservative sides. Okay, so since we've already done like 2 falls, we'll go ahead and read this. First, I'd like to read dedication and thanks. Normally, I dedicate my works to my son, but these are too dark to attach to such a wonderful person. Instead, this book is dedicated to the artists who are in a dark, unsuccessful place, as well as the darkness that plagues this world in the form of hate, violence, and greed, which inspired much of the work in this collection. Thanks. I thank my readers for reading. Well, I guess my watchers for listening to this. If I become anything one day, it will be thanks to you guys and my family for being the strength I need to keep going, especially my son. Content warning. The nature of these stories are dark and disturbing, including graphic depictions of violence, terror, death, gore, sex, and rape. If you are easily offended, I do not recommend reading the following. Now, I will give you a heads up on content each time and kind of rate them on content. I will not 18 plus my videos unless the content is extremely sexual. Like gore, violence, I don't care. You did. A lot of games are like that. YouTube doesn't like it, they can lick a butt. But our first one today in Dead Ends 2 is Mine the 13th Floor. Mine the 13th Floor is one of my favorite. Well, I have a lot of ones I wrote that are like one of my favorites, but this one was actually chosen to be somewhere. It is an anthrocentric novel, or furry if you want, a novel, short. It was chosen to be in a collection. It got all the way to being published, and then it fell through. That kind of falling through is what inspired me to put together Dead Ends 2. Dead Ends series are a 3-book so far collection of horror shorts that I put together because I am unsuccessful at writing, and I'm just it puts me in a dark place. I don't know if you have a thing you love to do. Imagine that thing you love to do is something you wish you could do all the time. It's work. It's something you could sell if you were any good at it, and then you just don't go anywhere with it. And anytime something seems to head forward, it falls apart. Just bad luck. Imagine that. And imagine the dark place that leaves you in, the kind of depression that would lead you into. And yeah, hold on. So, oh, what the hell just happened? Zero battle though. Zero battle. There you go. And that's why I wrote the Dead Ends. It led me to dark places. I was not happy that my work is going nowhere. I'm hoping my novel can maybe pick up a little, but I'm not seeing, it's been only like a week or so. But I'm not seeing anything twitch over in Smashwords, and then Amazon and Google. I don't know exactly how those are going. So I'll be patient as usual, and I'll keep writing forever, whether or not I'm successful at it. But, Dead Ends might have a 4th. I actually started writing putting together Dead Ends 4 already. I'm going to release that whether or not I'm successful one day. Anyway, this is Mine the 13th Floor. Mine the 13th Floor, trigger warning, I guess. Content warning is extremely graphic in violence, especially towards the end. And that is about as far as it goes. The door slammed open, rebounding off the wall hard enough to cause a dust to fall from where it hung from the ceiling. The hotel hallway was dark. Even when I hit the lights, the area seemed a bit too dim and a bit too yellow, giving off an air of stale age. Floor 13 of the West Creek Hotel was the unused floor thought haunted and cursed by its own superstitious owners, and half the small city of West Creek, Texas. It's a good thing as the CEO of Matthews Corp. American division, I was a man of science, not blind belief in superstition. A deep voice cleared behind me, and I turned to see 2 brawny young half-humans, bear variety, staring at me in question while they attempted to balance a giant wolf head that seemed to stretch out of a picture frame. Half-humans were normal in this city. It was one city in Texas that seemed comfortable in after the wars not being the most acceptable place. Oh wait, did I freaking skip something? There's one city in Texas I seem comfortable in, after the wars not being the most acceptable place when it came to people who are not rich white humans. By the way, I have dyslexia and ADHD, so I'm sorry if I have to backtrack. I am a rich white human, but I didn't count myself on that crowd. Flashing a thin smile at the 2 young men, I waved them in. Sorry, if it fits through the door, take it to the back of this hall where it'll watch from the shadows until the unsuspecting get too close. One of the guys flashed a sharp-toothed grin back at me while the both of them, brothers for a local movers company, struggled to get the giant thing through the door and down the hall, trailing the electrical and pneumatic cords and tubes that would cause hydraulics to move the beast. While they worked, I took a small tour around the dusty corridor. The main hall was a long, good 40 or 50 feet, with an intersection every dozen feet or so that broke off into 6-foot-long hallways, surrounded by dozens of rooms. The interior was up to date. The interior was up to date with the rest of the open hotel, but its dusty walls and yellowing light kept it feeling old and unused. I opened a single room, red front door. Inside was a small, cozy bedroom with a queen-size bed and a television. On the far wall was a white door that was chained shut, which could be opened up into another hotel room to connect rooms for multiple parties staying together. During the party, all the red and white doors would be propped open, allowing me one giant section party room. It was good to be rich. You could afford a dozen friends, lavish parties, and pay an elderly half-human couple who owned a hotel so much that they reluctantly granted you use of a floor they were sure was going to kill you. I tried to feel unsettled about the allegedly haunted room. It was how I wanted my guests to feel. The feeling escaped me. The lights buzzed and flickered rapidly, which was a good way to make someone feel unsettled. There was a loud, long hiss, like steam escaping, a low growl over the high-pitched whir of something small and mechanical moving. My imagination was able to conjure up a werewolf, a killer cyborg, and the boiler room of a certain sharp-clawed child killer. That was better. It wasn't even dark, and I was already improving the room's atmosphere. Turning, I watched one of the movers walk towards me, while the other walked side to side at the end of the hall, watching the wolf creature follow his movements precisely. "It's looked up, boss," the other bear said, constantly smiling. It was the smile of someone hoping they had pleased their boss, but half you sure did have some sharp teeth. "Good. Get the lights ready to go, but keep the real ones on. We'll set the mood after catering has arrived." And we'll pause there because we actually have a break. I put a break there. Breaks in shorts are very rare. And our locker will go ahead and load back up into randoms. In case you're wondering why Joker is in this list, because clowns are fucking creepy. Okay, what is our Fortnite quest? We're going to continue to try and search chests at one of these places. Furthest from, hopefully the bus doesn't pop right over all three of them again. Yellow tree. We also need to see if water will kill us. If water's going to kill us, this is going to be very difficult to do in no builds. Okay, so we have some matching blades, ironically. It's not his blades. These are from the purple skeleton dude, I think, or something. And then we have this goo. The goo is actually from Horizon Zero Dawn, but I thought it looked creepy enough to put in, weird enough to put in, like, Halloween stuff. The turtle ooze. Yay, what I can actually do. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How's that one? Oh, that's the one from the end of this one. I do have this one though. Okay, furthest from will once again be Ash's house. Hope we can get over there before someone else gets over there. Not piss off Ash this time. Ah, we are following with the solar juice. I don't know why I put that in this list. Gooey, Slimer, who knows? And of course, you can't have Halloween without ghosts. Are the people who bust them. I absolutely love that sound. This is also a really cool looking glider, by the way. This is one of the best looking gliders they have, technically. Okay, so Reality Tree is actually a really good place to get it from. You just need to search the chest. I don't even need to grab anything. Oh, there's less chests. And once you get those, I think those are permanently off. See if we can get werewolf. Emote it. Okay, I guess time to see if the freaking... Damn. I like the werewolf mode, but it's not as OP as I wish it would be. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. We'll go ahead and return and read some more. These deaths will allow a higher rate of getting these damn chests anyway. 2. Reality Tree seems to be the best place to get that. The halls... Oh, okay, let's turn off Pokemon. No talking while we're doing this, sir. Some marshmallow you can't hear. How about that? The halls were dark, lit sparsely by the original yellow lighting down the halls in just the right areas. The DJ booth, the snack bars full of Halloween-themed snacks, like ground-up ham molded to look like sections of throats covered in barbecue sauce, and of course, the restrooms. The rest of the halls and the rooms were lit by red and green track lighting, keeping it dark enough to be spooky and dangerous to walk. It was a party stocked with alcohol of different kinds. I'm sure it was meant to numb you from the music, with bass that thrummed so loud. About an hour into it, I was sure my brain was going to melt right out of my ears. The place was packed, especially for a party in this tiny town, made mostly of my own employees, their adult relatives, and friends. It was a loud and fun and friendly party. Every few rooms, people were engaged in various activities. Horror video games were in quite a few rooms. Others displayed cheesy horror flicks you balk at while watching, yet fear while trying to sleep later. A rabbit man with a big white shoeless feet, one of the many employees I didn't know the names of, at a pong table playing beer pong with his friends. Only judging by the state of their inebriation and stench of the table, they were playing with something stronger than beer. Somewhere under all the party noise, in the only closed room of the entire joint, somebody was willing to karaoke. Could barely make out the words to a famous Halloween ballad, though the singer couldn't hold a candle to the recently dead pop star. On the front of the DJ booth, where a crow woman was currently shuffling through records while her booth autoplayed a digital track, I eyed the time. It was just turning 11, 1 hour till we sprung the surprise. The DJ chose her next record. I couldn't read it well in the dim lighting, but I recognized the robotic helmeted artist. The cheeks at the side of her beak pulled up while she went to work, her version of a smile I had admired many times. And that is another break. Oh, there you go, I need to go back. This is one of our other, I think last or time before last, Halloween skin for the members. As you can see, I do believe they're all related. I think if you take off his glow, it's right as well. They're not terrible skins. I mean, I like them. I like the mummy wrap and stuff like that. Just, I prefer monsters. Actual freaking monsters. Give me werewolf. Give me the tongue dude. Give me skeletons, scarecrows. Give me some Pennywise. Give me Slenderman. Give me 173. Give me some creeps and crawlies, and I will buy the heck out of them. Help you? Can I help you? Why are you surrounding me? Sir. Oh, let's see what I got. I got the vampire pickaxe. What do we have for... Oh, I guess we'll find out here in a minute. We are going to... Green Gables. I don't think I ended up in the water, so I don't know if water's killing us yet. We'll find out here soon enough. What's my next thing? Inquisitor at Green Gables. So we're going to Green Gables anyway. Green Gables is going to be very busy, but whatever. Our backling is the male version of Willow. I don't actually remember his name off the top of my head. The fall is this ghosty thing with the ninja dude. My glider is the laughing bat glider. There, everybody and their mom is heading down the grim. Oh, frick. Shit. Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. That's not going to happen. Let's go ahead and ready up. That was very quick. Someone set the entire building on fire. Assuming it'll burn, yeah, it would. That's one way to take care of a haunted house. I hear music. Boss music's up. Okay, so not Grim Gables. Negative on the Grim Gables. Come on, finding next match. There we go. I was about to quit and go read. Iron Man. Kit's aunt. And whatever Bit... Why is Bit working with them if she's a bad person? I don't remember where this came from, but I think it may have been. I don't think I bought that. Why can't I?
This is the way.
Why can't I see her? That's weird. Oh, that's not the right one. It's a different one. Okay, to the reality tree then. Screw Grim right now. Grim will happen next. Grim will be something that happens a lot today, I think. I got my. Actually, I can go to my tree and then go to Grim. That's not a bad idea. My tree's right next to the Grim. That'll give me some shields, some weapons. You know, for a cube, this character's got some butt. This is the last reality's cube assassin. We have snake thing I left on because it's a snake thing. Nothing not creepy about a snake thing. Done? We're done. Okay, the Inquisitor will be dead by the time I get up there. His name's the Inquisitor, so he's some kind of like official. Holy crap! I didn't know that was there. Yes, please. Did he run away? Okay. Oh, gosh darn it. Listen, that base. Oh god. These... Oh, it just sets it off right away? Okay. So these, okay, so we're gonna be playing my way. No weapons. Just wolf. I don't know how long we'll last like this. We got it. So anyway. Oh, I don't remember what I was saying now. My brain, forget it. SpongeBob, help my brain. these the things that make a noise now? What is that noise? You heard that noise, right? It sounded like running water or someone taking a leak. Weird. Wait. Is it just rustling leaves? Is that what that's supposed to be? Okay. Okay, we'll play this mode, werewolf mode. I know that we won't make it to Grim Gables in time. Our next job is gonna be Grim Gables, and then we have to do more of those, Hollow Eve missions. It'd be nice if I could find a bouncy mushroom. My electricity? Is this thing give me electricity? Pretty cool looking. I would buy this as a tool set if it came as a tool set, honestly. Oh, I just wasted that. I should have only splashed that once. Oh well. No cars. Wolf does not drive cars. The flies are in my way. Can't see the glider. Yes. Actually, no. Come here. Sorry, didn't mean to smack you. Scared me. Oh, duh. The thing I was doing yesterday that was a freaking mission, that was on the actual site mission, wasn't it? That wasn't actually in these missions. Okay, so I still have to do that mission. I didn't miss anything. Okay. Thinking that if I can get some airtime on this dog, I might be able to swipe down on people. I don't know if that'll mess it up or not. Oh no, it works perfectly. Okay, you can have it. Come here. I fed you. Get your ass back here, boy. Oh my god. Don't eat all the meat. I hear people. Oh yeah, we forgot to check to see if water's killing us, which is really weird. Ooh. Oh boy. Run the wolfos over. I'm just a wolfo. Oh, it's my tree. Got me once there, boy, how? What just happened there? I like levitated though. Yeah, I lost my wolf. I survived. Oh, we're in Green Gables now. Look, the place has been gutted. Absolutely tragic. Aw, man. So close to helping out with that. Oh. Okay, so it's got to reset after doing that. Okay. Or reset it? Okay, reset. 1 kill a day. It smells something, but I don't see it. Oh. How did he fly away like that? What the hell? Did y'all see him fly? Get him, guys. Get him. Oh. There may be some noise in the background. They have contractors over again, supposedly finishing the work that they were paid to do 3 years ago now. Okay. Well, before we got to reading, oh, well, I gotta do something. I don't have pants on. The contractors over. I mean, some contractors might be into this. We actually know this guy sort of, so it'd be a little weird. I don't know. Maybe he's into skinny white boys who aren't poets. No. Whose maturity is it up that much? Okay, get out of here. What is this? This whole trailer. What trailer do? Oh, this one again. I thought we were going to have a Halloween trailer for a minute. Get out of here. Okay. So this is an okay song to be hearing with this. This is part 3 of Mind the 13th Floor. I first suspected something amiss when I saw someone that didn't belong, busy drinking a cola and whiskey near the DJ booth, where I and a few knowledgeable people with me, the 2 movers, the DJ, and my assistant manager, who was keeping a close eye on the front door for me, would most likely hide during the chaos I was about to unleash. Suddenly, the few hotel lights flickered. Each second they were off, I noted that none of the other lighting let out enough glow to be safe, throwing the party into near darkness. No one seemed to have noticed the lights, but after the last blink, I saw him. He was just shy of 6 feet, in dark leather and jeans with long curly hair that was bald at the top, and muscles bulging under the sun-baked arms. He was human, which was such a rarity in my company that I was supposed to be the only full human at the party. I blinked, watching him walk down the stretch of hall, catching only a glimpse of his face in the shadows. His downturned frown pulled hard at his muscle-toned face. He looked like a Hell's Angel about to beat the shit out of somebody. I turned to the DJ, who was reading a manga about assassins while her booth blared out Scream Rock featuring a woman singer. "Don't start the party without me." She nodded, but I doubted she heard me. Still, I had to find that man, find out who he was and why I didn't know him. Walking away, the list of people coming in, what they wore, played through my head, making sure I wasn't just about to harass some guy legitimately at my party. Some half-humans looked human enough to pass. Maybe he was a guest, and where all that black material that seemed either hardly or hurt me was hiding friendly puppy tail. What I had seen of that face hadn't seemed friendly at all. Turning down the hall I had fallen far enough behind him to lose track. Along the wall, just to my right, was a Dalmatian lady who giggled while her mostly human-looking boyfriend, with floppy golden dog ears himself, sucked on her neck. Clearing my throat got the reaction of them jumping to a stand and turning towards me, the human-skinned one blushing, like they were kids caught necking in a high school hallway. Rolling my eyes at them with a smirk, I looked around the otherwise vacant hallway. There were 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hallway, and each room opened into another room. The man had many ways to escape. Did either of you guys see a large human-looking guy in a biker's jacket walk past here? A more human one, Frank, or maybe Fred, shook his head, still blushing. I wasn't paying attention. "Obviously," I said, arching an eyebrow at his date. "She was one of my employees, so she must have been his +1. But in money said fling for the night or recent girlfriend. No one in a long relationship paid that much attention to the loved ones at a party." She shook her head. Around us, the music roared into a full death metal track with orchestral backing, forcing her to shout to be heard. "I saw a few people when I wasn't distracted, but no one that looked like that. Sorry." Shrugging, I made my way past them, hoping the young lovers would keep to the no-sex policy for the party, and chose the left door at random. Coming upon the scene of a hero being decapitated by a chainsaw-wielding psycho with a paper bag over his head. Tuxedo feline, his fur was black and white. He wasn't way overdressed. Cursed and threw his controller to the next in line. I would have asked if they noticed the man, but once gamers were in their little world, they noticed nothing else but it. Flowing through the next room, back into the main hall, I came out just in time to see a jean-clad leg attached to a black boot disappear into the deep darkness at the end of the hall. Whoever he was didn't seem to catch much of the red or green lighting throughout the area. Staring after him in thought, an uneasy feeling rising in my chest. Didn't take much for my second in command to make me jump by placing a hand on my arm. "You okay, boss?" The mostly cougar half-human dressed in white dress shirt under a blue vest that sported white pinstripes asked as I tried to still my heart. "Yeah, did you see a guy who looked like he belongs riding west on a hog?" Squinted at me. "You mean a biker?" I nodded. Fidgeted his vest and attempted to purse his lips around his feline muzzle, his brow lowering in thought. "Not that I know of. You welcomed everyone in with me, and no one's been in since." "You haven't left your spot?" He shook his head. "You gonna take a piss?" No, sir. I'm not snacking or drinking, and I learned before I came. I felt my eyebrows rise in disbelief. At all? It's a party, man. My assistant manager shrugged. The moment those in charge start getting drunk, all hell breaks loose. That plus, apparently we have a biker party crasher. I don't want to face that drunk. I nodded, squinting into the darkness. Damn my human eyes. What do you see at the end of the hall? Bridge squinted. It's hard. The multiple color lights are screwing with my night vision. I see maybe 4 or 5 people in the hall. None of them are the very clear, but I don't see your biker. I just see that creepy fucking thing while watching them like it's hungry. It's smart. Maybe it ate them. Bridges frowned at me. Not funny. I seriously hate that thing. Hey, if you need help, radio me, and I'll rush right over. His brows creased in worry. Unless it ate him, then I'm staying put. Shaking my head at him with a smile, I started my way back, passing the DJ again, still deep in her book. The red LED clock read 5 minutes to midnight, and this biker jackass is going to ruin my fun. Heading past the great-smelling gore food, I passed out of the bright yellow lighting into the horror section of our halls. I could hear the beast on the far wall growl, and hissing hydraulics turned it to watch my approach. It took a moment for my human eyes to adjust, throwing me into complete darkness, filled with the echoing voices, bad singing, and monstrous growl. When finally shapes faded out of the nothing, I looked around the 6 before me. A group of costume people. The only group that seemed to have come in a Halloween costume, and a dark mass on the far wall which watched me with hungry, illuminated yellow eyes. A black cat ironically dressed up as a witch, carrying a wooden straw broom, and a flat human face dotted with a pink nose turned to me. Mr. Derricks, she said, walking over to me. Her gait was a little loose, giving her a sway which was a little past seductive. Didn't need to assume, like most others, she had drank her fair share. It is a bit creepy, isn't it? She glanced back at the barely visible wolf on the wall. Now that my vision had become the best it would, I could see the nearby red track lighting shining off its black fake fur and sharp white teeth. Yeah, I said, blinking. Look, and it happened. We were thrown from somewhere somewhat dark into pitch black. Not a beam of light broke the darkness. The pretty coworker in front of me gasped in both fright and surprise, which was, I'll admit, kind of ironic thing to hear. What drove otherwise sane men to want to hear women like that make whimpering sounds? And we'll break right there. I don't seem to have a good break here, so we'll go ahead and break right there. I made this next section long. It'll be a cliffhanger. You won't know why the lights turned off. Oh no. Okay, guys, so... shit. So shit. We're going to do this a dozen times. If all dozen times it ends up to be a wash, we will head into the actual Fortnitemares other list things we have to do, which I think is right now top 10, if I'm still there. Oh wait, pumpkin. I have pumpkin on my back, pumpkin on my face, and now pumpkin over my pumpkin. And 2 of the pumpkins were green, actually. I think the one on my back might be even the goblin, but I'm not 100%. Okay, to my tree, actually. The tree is on the road. Holy cow, am I brave or don't answer that. That's a terrible place for my tree. Why did I park it there? If I get another seat, I want to park my tree elsewhere. But close. There's my tree. Ah, the tree is up in the woods, actually. Oh, this is a much better area than I thought it was. Are you serious? Did my tree just die? Is there... Yeah, there's one up there. Oh, that's not one. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna have to find a new tree real quick. Got a mythic... What is this? Mythic cobra? Nice. I didn't know mythics could come from these things, by the way. Yeah, let's get in here. We don't have enough for fighting the Inquisitor yet. The truth is, the Inquisitor might have to be fought later on in the thing, because there's just too many people. I think I might do that. We may leave the Inquisitor for later. Too many people are going to be vying for his butt. Since we'll be doing this almost every day anyway. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. I might as well leave it for a later date. Hello? Open the door. There's Jack here. Okay, let's head over to him. Just to see if we can help. If we can kill him and then someone else kills him, we might be able to get it. Let's go ahead and shoot him, and then someone else kills him, we might be able to get it, but we have to get to him first. We are all pumpkined up. First, we had to get over there before someone kills him. Last time I got over, it was like, wait. I hear this guy might be one of the harder... I keep saying this every time we get a new bad guy, but he's supposed to be one of the harder ones to defeat. And there isn't a well-known cheat to kill him. He also has a fire mode. A fire thing, which is probably why his thing keeps... Make the beat him. Yeah, go ahead and kill me, I got it. I got what I needed. Thank you, sir. You can have my stuff. As a thank you. The mythic do take it. Yeah. It's freaking badass. Okay, that mythic I got from my tree, holy cow. That did a good amount of damage. Mythic Cobra, big thumbs up. Can you upgrade to a mythic using benches? I don't think you can you? No. We got the banner icon, yay. Ooh, and a badass. Okay, we'll go ahead and read some more now. Okay. Shaking the sudden lust from my mind. Shaking the sudden lust from my head, I waited it out. Any moment now would happen. The lights would flood on, and the troop of actors I'd hired would be here to scare the crap out of my guests with bloody fake knives and a collection of horror-movie masks. Only the lights never came back on. For the longest, it was just dark. Though I didn't walk, I felt as if the walls were closing in on me. My breath felt close, as if I was breathing onto one, and its heat stinks right back into my face. Needing company to break this claustrophobic feeling, I reached out without thinking for the woman I had just been speaking to. The fold of my fingers around nothing but air. Deborah? My voice echoed into the silence. Nothing. I couldn't hear her or her friends chatting, shifting, or breathing. There was no sounds of feet stomping around, tails swishing, dishes clinking, or anyone at all. Hello! The hall echoed, emptily. My heart seized with a fear in my chest, and it fed it. Cold welled up and stretched through my neck, becoming scrambling panic in my mind. Turning, my hands outstretched for anything, I cursed loudly when I crashed knuckles first into the very nearby wall. Then palmed it with both my hands while trying to feel my way around. There was a whisper behind me, and I turned, leaving the safety of the wall to face the pitch darkness. This isn't funny, guys, I said, my voice panicked, pitching with anger at the thought of having my prank turned about on me. Haha, okay, it's a little bit funny, I conceded. But I've had enough to drink, and I'm about to throw up if I can't get my bearings. Silence. The whisper had been short and didn't continue. I waved in front of me, hoping I'd just slap some jackass who was laughing quietly at me. Found nothing. Instead, I backed up into the familiar wall, missed half of it, and fell through a doorway onto my right temple on the carpeted floor. I don't care how plush carpet is. Hitting the floor head first hurts like hell. Palming my head and cursing my luck, I rose and crawled on my hands and knees until my face smashed into something firm and leafy. That wasn't right. This place was unkept and had no living foliage. Pushing on it, the brush gave way, and I fell through right into a dimly lit dirt path. The dirt path was damp, and something that was half mud clung to my hands. The fuck? I muttered, rolling back to my knees, but keeping crouched, ready to take defense should someone come at me. How had I gotten outside? My only plausible explanation was some jerk, maybe the biker, had slipped me something, and out of my mind I raved right out of the party and right into a forest. Guess I was lucky I hadn't raved right into someone's bed to lose my anal virginity. Something was wrong with the forest. It had a quality of irregularity, like a small piece of reality was stretched over a large area of space. The distance was blurry and too magnified. Fuck drugs. Standing, I turned, faced 4 trees like none of the others. I was in the tall tree forest north of the city, on the hill that rose over the city and held Old Town. Most of the trees around me were ponderosa, out of place naturally. These fine trees with mud-brown bark grew here for a reason no one knew, and they had flourished to become a thick forest. The trees of the dirt path ahead of me were not the same. Equally as tall with cream-colored wood, and knots up every few inches up, they held no foliage, at least up until the length was peered into the rest of the thick foliage above me. They were spread in an odd equal distance, a pair about 2 feet apart from each other, the first pair about 4 or 5 feet back before the second pair. Between the back pair swung what appeared to be an ineffective wind chime. A spiral-shaped wooden spindle hung on some kind of rope-like string. I shook my head, looked back towards the warped distance, which made my head spin and stomach turn, and looked back upon the trees, which gave me a start. Stumbling to my butt and quickly rising to my feet, I backed up a good yard, which was still closer than I had been before. The trees had come upon me, yet aside from the spinning, swinging decoration, there was no evidence of their movement. Instead, glancing back towards the disorienting distance, I noticed my own tracks walking up to this point. Turning back, as I stood, I slammed right into one of the trees, spun into a fall, and hit the damp earth with my side, watching the wooden spindle swing above my face. Above me. My face, I croaked. Between the floor earlier and this, I was going to have a shiner on each side in the morning. People would say someone beat me. Sitting up groggily, facing the blurred distance, but no longer capable of walking since I was on my ass, I tried to organize my drug-addled brain. These were trees. Fuck the trees. The trees were no danger to me if I could keep myself from beating myself to death on them. The only danger to me was myself. Then I heard something straight behind me and turned. The spindle was lying on the ground, a good inch of rope loosely playing in the dirt. It was an odd and beautiful wooden thing, for being so simple. Domed at the top and coned at the bottom, it was shaped not that different from some Christmas ornaments. I picked it up, handling it with my right palm. It was warm, like a living thing. It held weight and moisture, and suddenly there was a wooden creaking from all the trees around me. My eyes grew wide. Realization dawned on me too late. Before I could toss the bait away, it spun with an impossible strength of its own, breaking my pinky as it spooled around my right hand. I screamed in both pain and fear. It wasn't a macho scream either. I'm not sure anyone would have screamed like a man at this point. I tried to pull my hand out as the thread began to become taut. In an instant, it dragged me between the back two trees from which the spool hung, and began to lift me without a hint of effort. I wanted to curse, I wanted to fight, but I found myself frozen by fear. My heart beat loudly in my ears. All of a sudden, my bladder cried for relief. Then I fainted, but only for a fraction of a second. Still, that sudden looseness in my body caught the thing off guard. My damaged hand slipped from the spindle, and I hit the ground, waking myself from my fear-fed nap. Without a second thought, I leapt through my feet, beating the path towards the brush I had come from as I cradled my injured hand and fell through. I fell into clothing, out of a closet door, and hit the ground again. The three guys playing the horror game leapt to their feet. One shouted in surprise. The lady in the room screamed like a masked killer had just gutted her. I cursed at the pain in my pinky. Derricks, the shouter, a mostly human man who looked fresh out of high school, said. I mean Mr. Derricks? Present, I groaned on the floor. The lady screamer helped me up. What are you doing in the closet? Getting lost, apparently. The group looked at each other. Then the shadow looked at me. Are you on something? Laughing, I shook my head. Wish it hurt less. The woman brushed my pinky with her hand, and I brought it back with a hiss. You hurt your hand? Just jammed a finger in the fall. I'm okay. Go back to your games. Without waiting to further my embarrassment, I walked out of the room, nodded to my assistant manager, who glanced at me oddly, and walked to the DJ booth, where my fellow DJ was still reading the manga. Manga aren't that long, I stated. Are you reading it or sleeping? She glanced at me, arching a brow, looked at where I had been an hour ago, then back at me. Where did you go? Why are you covered in dirt? I grinned. I went to go get some fresh air, hit the dirt instead. I wasn't sure why I lied to her. My best friend rose the cheeks behind her peak again. Clumsy ass, did you hurt your finger? I showed it to her, and she reached for it. The hand under her arm-length wings, covered in soft feathers and softer skin, was careful. Must have fallen straight on it. I think that was him saying it. Her right brow rose. Looks out of joint. Not broken. Your hand looks pretty beat up, though. Here. She grabbed the pinky and pulled. I heard this thing snap and had to stop myself from soiling my already dirty jeans. Shit. She rolled her eyes at me. Don't be such a big baby. It'll be swollen for a day or so, but it won't keep you from playing whatever instrument you might play. Feeling in pain, I decided to sit, glanced around, keeping an eye out for the biker, wondering if he too had been an illusion. If it had been all of it an illusion, why were my pants covered in dirt? How'd it go? She arched her brow at me in surprise. Midnight, the surprise? Are you on something? She said, shaking her head and returning to her book. I'm beginning to suspect so, I said, looking at the repeated question. It's only 11, dork. You went out and hit the dirt, but didn't land in a coma. I blinked at her, leaned over the counter and glanced at the clock, which read 11:13, and sat. Was the entire party having me instead? Had the seemingly interdimensional trip through closeted ports been a trick or a hallucination of something slipped me? I watched my best friend, still in the early pages of her book, kept an eye out for a mystery biker to make his play. Whew, okay, pause. That was a long section, but I didn't want to pause in the middle of any of the action. So, if you... Oh, wait, actually... Oh no, we're done. We finished. Woo, finish for today. 4 or 5 quests done. The next time we come in, we'll get the wings. So with that done, we need to find the other thing. Okay, let's close. Let's not close. Frick, what is it called? They wouldn't happen to have it up in the, oh, there's... Okay, let's try. It was. Okay. Fortnite nightmares. Escape room, right? Okay, into Epic. Send me to the place. Escaperooms.fortnite.com. Log in. Log in. Log in. I log in every time. It's kind of annoying. That ain't my login. Way. No fucking way. I'm sorry, I always hear that. This before us is Drift, his vampire form, his third vampire form. There's 3 forms of this, I believe. And this is the fully bat vampire form. Excuse you? Sorry, I have to do the whole verification thing again. I already said trust his router, you jerk. Now it's going to be a security code thing through AOL. Yeah. The other, this is like a 3-factor sign name. Real now, please? Jesus. Yes, I know. I'm already been in this. 30, 30, 30, 30. Top 10 finishes. One more. So we're going to be aiming for a top 10 finish, which means not the werewolf. We're going to be actually gearing up, and I mean, we can get the werewolf as one of our weapons, but honestly, we're just going to be gearing up, but as far away from the bus as possible, gearing up and hiding out mostly. Albeit the jump scares might cause a bit of a problem. But, honestly, we only have to do this one more time when we make it. I have the dumb person's back lane going. Boop, 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 boop. I can see you. It'd be funny if I get copyrighted for this slow organ in the background. Okay, so furthest from will definitely be up there somewhere. I feel like people aren't going to hit that for some reason. And I haven't done this in a while, so the point is to last till 10, and then after that I don't care. We have the Last Reality's fall from the Legion. Whatever happened to him. Never figured out why he was named the Origin. Oh, and ironically, his actual backbling, this backbling belongs to this character. You can see his electricity indicates that while Drift is a vampire, he's also quite still filled with the rift slash darkness electricity that came with it. 0 point electricity. I don't know what electricity it is. Like, it's pink and purplish, right? And usually that indicates the darkness, nothing's energy, right? Last reality's energy. It's like the cube. It's like the cube lightning. But he came to the 0 point, and at that point there were no cubes on the island. So it's difficult to say where his energy is, but I want to say it's probably related to the last reality. I wonder what the nothing's gonna look like. I hope it's cool. Oh boy, someone's here with me. Says they're right here, but I don't know where they are. Okay, good. I was to say, give me the freaking shotgun. And I have to complain to the manager. I forgot there was a giant ass crane down here, by the way. So, if this is the last season of this chapter, are you attached to this map to miss it? I want to say, not quite. I was more attached to the first map than any of the maps, but I was more attached to the second map than this map. Oh, that's not hearing. That's what that noise is in. So honestly, I mean, I'm used to the map now. I know where a lot of things are. I'm pretty well versed, and it'll be kind of disappointing. Where they at? This is supposed to be the safe therapy. Oh, I am so lucky she didn't hit me with that. Hello. It's a mythic or legend? Legend, okay. Like, I can't imagine what the power of the mythic version of this would be. There is a... Is there not? don't see or hear him. He disappeared. Cracks in the sky. One for Grimm's and one for the other place. We are at 38 of oh, yeah, I filled this place up, so he's gonna be kind of lost now. We're hiding this round. We're at 38 of 35. We're gonna hide until I can't hide no more. The point of this kind of match, real quick, is to last till the 10th. And the way you do that is by not being as aggressive as you usually are. I wasn't aware there were doors there, actually. Are you shrinking? So how are y'all today? Hello peeps. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope the world hasn't got you down, even if the world's kind of shit sometimes. Hope you're having fun and living life as full as you can. As full as you can afford these days, huh? I see the right keeps trying to blame Joe Biden for the state of the economy when in fact and in truth, the state of the economy comes from corporate capitalist decisions. Oil gouging its prices, that's Shell and Exxon and all of them just screwing us over, and the illegal Russian invasion of Ukraine. I was very lost and confused. It's very quiet over here. A little decoration. Nothing you can see from the other side, right? You see that because it's black. Well, this is actually very good so far. We are going to be stuck here for a bit. So while we're doing that, I'm going to look through things. After this, I will wonder what my next thing is. So first reward was an AWOO emote. Second reward will be XP. Third reward would be a octo eye spray, which is cool. And fourth reward will be a in-game wrap for your gun. Nitrate wrap? Oh, it's themed after the werewolf. Yeah. The wrong button. What's that? What's that? My stream going okay? Can't get into my stream. What's going on? I better be on. Oh, and also you get a Dance Macabre loading screen. Oh shit. Yeah, that's working. You Dance Macabre loading screen. If you're on here for like an hour. I think I've been on for more than an hour, haven't I? But you know what? I haven't been watching you for an hour. It's macabre. I guess I'll just leave that on for right now. It is now 2:19, so it'd have to be 3:19 to get me the loading screen. I may just watch someone else do it later, because I still want to read on mine. Ooh, the storm is coming down, but not that far. Oh, there might be a little clue that I'm here. Oh well. Clues. See if they're about to get up here, actually. Now they go up there being like, someone's there. I can see that wing. I'll drop them behind them. Pop them in the face. Okay, they're not. I thought they were all the same thing. Because this where we had another one that was this color. Maybe it was another shotgun. Oh, we're at 7. Huh, I missed completely. Now we can just go in. I do like this for him. This isn't his. Belongs to that purple skeleton thing again or something. I don't remember if he has that pickaxe, actually. No idea. Hello, anybody home? Anybody want to shoot me? At Logjam Junction, I don't know if I'll be able to get the wolf. Ooh, I do know what I know how. Oh, looks like it was already used. I am good sniping fodder right now. The sniper decides to look at me. What's that noise? You heard that? Yes noise? There it is. Oh fuck, got me. Ha! No, we will be laughing really. Didn't plan to win this match, but it worked out anyway. That was fun. Okay, so that should have finished. Check my stats. Check my stats faster. Should have finished that top 10 thing. Yeah. I'll let it load while I read. How about that? The biker never came back. Instead, a new man who hadn't been on my list and I hadn't seen earlier caught my eye. He was a good 7 feet, at least, with gelled down hair that swirled up in the front like a bad 1980s leather-clad gang member. Only his outfit didn't match his style. The tall, strange man wore a white suit with gray pinstripes and a pink undershirt. I couldn't decide if he was unfashionable or ahead of trends. The first time I eyed him, he just stood in the middle of the room, his hands in gloves as pink as his shirt, fidgeted with a toothpick he was chewing the splinters. Sign of a smoker. Like the biker, he seemed to be fully human, though he seemed more bored and then upset. He swept his brown eyes around the room, across me without pausing for a moment, though I was staring directly at him, before moving down the hallway toward the closet I had spilled out of. Checking the time, I noted it was 11:50, 10 minutes. Turning to my best friend, a part DJ, I found her asleep, something she hadn't been doing the last time I'd gone through this. Deciding against waking her, I made my way to the hallway he had gone down. Of course, the hallway, though lit better than the lengthy in and past the DJ booth, was still dimly lit, and there was no signs of the intruder. The couple were here necking again, but I ignored them, assuming they weren't going to be any more help than before. Backtracking in hopes of catching the guy, I did, sort of. I ran into him, and he pushed me down with one long arm. Then he reached in his coat and produced something like a gun, but not. It was long, with a curved handle and curved stem nozzle, and seemed to be made of obsidian. I should have made my move, but I just waited for him to shoot me. Instead, he moved on, towards the darkened end of the hall, past the DJ booth, and then into the shadows. Leaping to my feet, seeing that nobody else had noticed our altercation, I ran for him, afraid of catching him too late. The party's light shut down just on time, throwing me into complete darkness, in which I tripped over a soft bird of warm form. Touching the body, it felt normal until I tried to touch its face, which was just bone. Bone that, I thought as I touched it, felt like dry teeth. I hadn't heard him fire, assuming this was the gun we were dealing with, and I couldn't hear him walking. But I did hear something. Guess the best way to describe it was the hum of electricity an old refrigerator would make. With nothing else to lead me, I crawled towards that sound, passing over more fur-covered bodies, and one that felt human. After about 6 feet on my hands and knees, the tip of my head cracked against a metal wall. With a curse, my hands reached for the top of my head. It hurt as bad as it did hitting one's funny bone. Blinking tears of pain out of my eyes, I palmed the impossible metal wall. I found a crease in the middle. It felt like an oddly thick elevator door. Grabbing each side with my hands, though my right one was still stiff and lightly swollen from when that wooden thing grabbed at it, I pulled. At first, it didn't give. It seemed whatever held the door shut was engaged. Maybe it was a power door, and with the power off, it wasn't operating. I was about to give up and backtrack when the door parted only enough for my fingers to slip into a tiny gap to stick. I panicked. The door was squeezing all 8 of my digits. minus my thumbs, which had escaped entrapment painfully. I pulled, but they felt like I was going to pull them off. Yet the longer they stayed in the little gap, the more they lost feeling. Either way, it seemed that I was on my way to losing almost all of my fingers. I cringed and cried out in pain as I pulled again. A busted pinky screamed right back at me, and then the door I was stuck in buzzed and hissed open, on hydraulics spilling out blue-gray light in a cold fog that rolled across the ground. It said something this in Dutch, and I stumbled out of the dark into an octagonal, oh my god, I can't say that word, what the hell, metal hallway full of similar doors, about 10 degrees cold. The moment I was in, I started shivering. Most people would shake their head at knowing how badly I reacted to the cold. But as a Texas boy, most of our state didn't do cold. Their cold season lasting days. Looking left and right in the long hallway that was apparently some type of cooler, I saw more and more doors and intersecting hallways, but no signs of life. Of course, what would live in a metal cooler? Across from me was a black panel with a long orange, brown, and blue LED buttons. It reminded me of the digital buttons from the 90s Star Trek, a show I had watched as a child. Unfortunately, it was all a language I didn't recognize. Assuming by how the door had spoken to me earlier, I'd say Dutch. I fumbled with the controls, which beeped and bleeped at me, before a voice spoke again. "Why is it so cold?" I asked the foreign electronic man. He spoke back to me in Dutch, but the screen had swiped aside some of its display buttons showed the universal numbers and measurements for -10 Celsius. It was 14 degrees in here. So it was below freezing, and I was dressed for a party in air conditioning of a super hot state. I found the fact that my mind was freezing to death acceptable. Moving down the frozen hallway, with no moisture to create ice anywhere, caused me to slip. I turned about 3 different directions before I realized I was becoming hopelessly lost. Then I came across my first visible body. The fox boy was young, really young, and really dead, and frozen like a popsicle. He had a gaping gash in his stomach with the odd blue and gray uniform he was in, which exposed his intestines, but none of them had spilled out. Due to his ice status with frost falling upon him, being the only source of moisture in the room, I had no idea if he was fresh. The frozen bloody handprint on the door behind him told me it was where he had died. Blowing a hot breath between my lips, not even glancing at his forgotten weapon, a pistol, I walked up to the door, which didn't react to me. I touched the lit panel to the side, and again just fumbled with the controls, but all it gave me was an angry buzz. Frustrated and a little frightened, I was in here with someone who got me the same. I hammered the door. Something on the other side hammered back, and we'll take a pause there. We'll cliffhanger for you guys. Okay, let's see if the missions have caught up. I have gotten that mission done, and if it hasn't caught up, then we have issues. Check my status. Yes. Room 1 is complete. Great work. Escape the other rooms to earn more rewards. I received the spooky emoticon. Oh boo. Place top 5 10 times. Oh shit, this is going to take forever. Okay. Similar thing. We're going to be placing top 10 5 times. We are at what time? We're at 2 hours 30 minutes. Okay. These stories in this novel, in this collection, are so long, we might be doing one a day. I wanted to see if you could see his eyeballs in the mask. You can't see anything. It's green fire. I realized the mask also created green fire. So when I was that pumpkin dude, he spews green fire. The backbling I had on him spewed green fire, and that emote spewed green fire. So there's green fire everywhere. Okay, so we're wearing the vampire cloak. We are the brain in the jar dude. We have the mechanical Mechadux animatronic tool. I like this emote for long limb people. And now I'm not going to show you my 2 crowns, my 1 crown, 1 or 2 crowns. I have a crown right now. Where do you want up here? We got gumdrops. Yeah. The ghostly wagon. Yeah, I chose her wagon, but I don't think she's on the list, because technically she doesn't ghost enough to be on the list. But this is, on top of her bullets is a coffin, and there's some ghost stuff here, so it works. Oh, I did go on Sarah's, not Sarah, whatever Gonzalez's website, Twitter, and called her a fucking liar and posted a link to the whole it was an adult party thing. Help people share it. She just laughed out of the building. People could choose to be good, but she chooses to be evil, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. She's evil, wholly, completely evil for doing what she's doing. Wow, there's a lot of mess up here up ahead. Oh, fuck. Oh, he had a prime. Lame. Oh, fuck you. We're just gonna light you up real quick. You know what? Nope, that was a death. We will go back to reading. Lame. Okay, we have to finish top 5 10 times. It's going to be a several day item, I think. We'll go for 3 or 4 hours here. Or at least to finish this thing. Something on the other side hammered back, slowly and more deliberately. I stepped back as the hammering became more violent. I saw dents push out of the door from several behemoth blows. The sill popped with a hiss, and the door's midsection pushed open enough that I could hear what sounded like dry rock rubbing metal, like the sound of somebody grinding their teeth. I ran. It slammed again, but I didn't care to look to see if it had come through. I had forgotten the cold. My legs burned with adrenaline while they brought me around the corner after corner. Originally shooting for my way in, it was obvious after about 6 corners I was once again lost, but made the assumption that as long as the halls didn't backtrack, I was doing my best in this endless collection of hallways, at escaping whatever had beaten its way through the thick steel door. I slipped on the first patch of ice I'd encountered since coming into the cooler and went down hard on the frozen metal floor. Lying there, my spiked adrenaline slowing, the cold caught up to me and numbed my senses against anything but the pain which seemed to sharpen. Sitting up, I could see that ice I had slipped on was red and had leaked from under the door. I could also see I had reached a dead end, full of tinted windows in the wall opposite the door. Using a window ledge to pull myself to a stand, it was clear that I had been wrong. The windows were not tinted. The darkness was from beyond it. The darkness was nothing, the emptiness of void that was space, the stars burning light years from whatever I was in, only light outside the running lights that lit the metal hull of our craft. I turned as the bone grinding sound mixed with the skittering noise of bugs came around the corner. My mind couldn't get a grip on what I saw. It was horrible and impossible. It was some kind of long, round, bone-like creature segmented like an earthworm with thousands of thick bone-white legs. Instead of raising and lowering the legs to move, it rotated them, like each was a propeller to roll itself quickly forward, slowing when it came upon its prey. I had no doubt that the sharp points at the end of the legs could have killed that boy. The one at its front were twice its own height and about as long as my lower leg. I faced it, knowing now it was a game of chicken, eyeing the door where the blood leaked from, my only way out. The thing had stopped and skittered from side to side excitedly, about the size of a short, medium-sized dog, like a corgi. There was no way to safely pass it, so I took my chance and ran. It rolled for me, just the sight of its segment spinning His legs rolling made me break out in loose flesh. I could do nothing more than avoid the thing, thinking if it touched me, it would infect me. I don't know why I thought that way, but it seemed to fit the horror movie motif I had been involved in lately. It was an alien in spacecraft, and if it touched me, I'd become one, or birth one, or something. My mind wandered again if I had been such something, and this was just a fit for dream or detailed hallucination. Revenge for my attempted plans to scare my own employees. My throbbing, chilled face helped me decide that there was no way this was a dream. It, it reached the door first, leaping into the air to meet with me, or my face. It was just about waist level. I bent my leg back and forward in a stomping motion, driving my foot into the blank bony section where the thing's face should have been. There was a snap of bones, and it rattled angrily, like the tail of many snake I had to deal with in my own backyard, while it reached all its forward legs, long and short, to tear off a section of my pants and rend my leg. By the time I kicked the thing to the wall, where it lied twitching in shock, its legs still rolling all on its back, my leg was a torn, bloodied mess. A new surge of adrenaline pumping through me. I blocked out the pain in my leg, reached for the door, and pushed through. It swung out instead of hissing to the side, and once again I was in the game room. Only this time it was different. The gamer crew was gone. The zombie game was still on screen. On it was a big "You're dead" sign and leaking blood, signifying game over. But the shouters, the screamers, and extras were all gone. Shouters and screamers, I thought. My workers and I couldn't even place a name to their faces. Exiting the room, my second in command looked at me with wide eye. Shock. Your leg, I nodded. I nodded to the booth. There's something wrong going on here. He eyed me before supporting me the best he could with his short-fingered paws as I limped my way back to the booth. It was quiet, too quiet. There was no muffled singing, no chanting, no partying or laughing, no giggling from a couple who were no longer necking on the wall. At the booth, my best friend, the ironically named Raven, because her parents were bigger dorks than Weaver, was still reading her manga. In fact, she was still in the beginning. Once again, the clock had rewound, 11:05 p.m. The thump dragged some of me, creeping up to her. Raven eyed me, frowning. Her eyes widened, and she stood with enough forced noise to knock over the stool she had taken up all night, several times over. Your leg, your hand, were you attacked? She nearly squealed at me. She just set me down on my own stool. My adrenaline had gone, and I was all pain. People seemed to have gone missing. Find who you can, and come back here, quickly. It has to be before midnight. He nodded, unsheathed the claws on his right hand, and disappeared in the dark hallway. Pain shot through my leg, and I grimaced, glancing down. I don't know where Raven had gotten a towel, but she was using a nice small glass of whiskey to clean the half-dozen tear-wounds on my leg. Some of these are not too bad, but 2 of them are deep enough I can see bone. Did a cat attack you? I shook my head. It's going to be hard to explain. Try me, she said, sitting back on her stool and tossing the bloody towel, which smelled like whiskey, aside. So I did. I had to ask if you were drugs, but no, I nodded. No drug in the world could do. I watched the LED's reflection in the picture across the hall hit 12. The power went out. Despite that, I was sitting at the DJ booth, and neither of us had made a move. Quickly, I grabbed Raven's hands. She squeezed back. An odd static sensation lit my palm, as her soft feathers brushed my skin. What's going on? She squeaked. It's happening, I said. If we sit still, maybe it'll pass. We sat in the darkness, in the dead silence. That's what got me. I should have heard my assistant manager rummaging for survivors, unless he had gone the way everyone else had. I can't, she said, breathing hard. Oh, Bren. I squeezed her hand. I knew of her claustrophobia had been her strength on many an attack. This darkness was something... Or not. Oh, wait. This darkness was something I didn't have such... Oh, this darkness was smothering me, and I didn't have such problems. See? That's my ADHD and dyslexia working up. I can't read a simple word. Then it hit me. Maybe we wouldn't have to sit here if I could move her through the darkness, and to the entrance we could escape. I don't know what would happen to all the others, but I needed to get out. I rose. Come on. For 2, she started rising without a fuss, despite her hesitant questioning. Leading my free hand feeling its way along the familiar halls. We dodged furniture and party supplies. We were only one intersection from the door, so towing her in hand, it only took us 5 minutes to arrive at it, and only that long because it was dark and I was limping. The door opened into the party hall. Bodies were piled everywhere. Blood soaked the floor and walls, and the dark atmosphere copper-centered the air. The metal record that had been playing around midnight was skipping. Looking back with no recollection of passing it, I noted the door behind me was shut. Raven hadn't come through. Maybe she hadn't been able to. My foot kicked the limp, cold fur-covered paw that belonged to Bridges. His throat had been cut. His right eye was hanging loose upon its bloodied muzzle from his socket on the little nerves and organic optic cables that led into his brain. With a sick feeling in my stomach, I limped past the dead towards the DJ booth where I couldn't see Raven. I realized now that I loved her. I'd always loved her. I wouldn't be able to stand having something happen to her. Passing up the game room, I noted that the four were back, that they had been cut into several pieces, dismembered at the elbows, shoulders, knees, waists, and neck. Their parts spread about a blood-soaked bed. Almost slipping in a pool of blood, I passed the hallway and eyed the couple. They were still intertwined, with what appeared to be a spear or metal pole stuck through the back of the young man and the chest of the young girl to the wall, keeping them standing. The woman's eyes were open but dulled. The bottom of her muzzle hung loose. I slipped and tripped again, smearing blood all over my arms as I crawled up under the DJ booth and up to the lying figure of Raven. She had slits running down her arms, bloodying her dark feathers. Her beak had been split down the middle, which allowed it to flop around unnaturally in four sections, but she was still breathing and whimpering. I scooped her up, but she eyed me in maddening fear and fought strongly against me despite her wounds. She threw herself into the floor to crawl away about a foot before she sighed with one last weak breath. I crawled after her as a cry escaped my closing panicked throat to push my fingers into a wound in her neck. There was no pulse. With an anguished cry once again scooping her now lifeless form into my arms, I rose, slipping a bit as I stood and turned toward the door. Maybe if we left, maybe if we could escape, I could fix this and she'd be alive again. Okay, we take a pause there because there's no actual pause after this. We're heading into the finale there for this story. Okay, I guess we're going to hit in. You know what? No, we're not going to hit in. What we're going to do now is we're going to play werewolf mode. We'll do the rest of these later. Honestly, the thing is last of win. When does this last? 12 days. Oh, we got plenty of time. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the actual missions for today. Except for dailies. I may do some dailies. But we're going to head in and hit werewolf spawns. We're going to be playing werewolf mode. Which means, come on. Which means all we're going to be armed with is the werewolf claws if we can get them. We're going to go to the furthest one away from the bus. And health and shield items. That's all we can do. It could be food, bandages, med kits, health jugs, health things. I don't think I might use the chug cannon if I get it. I don't see why not. Yeah, chug cannon will be allowed. Okay, we are a vampire lady. Actually, this is like her sister or and vampire version. I think this is sister vampire lady. Her sister's backbling by irony. And the Ghostbusters pickaxe. Okay, furthest away from here is going to be the Howdy Condos one. So we'll try to get to wolf form and Cloudy Condos. Now, if we don't get wolf form, we're allowed to carry weapons, but once we get wolf form, we drop all the other weapons. And yes, I know that doesn't mean that means we're probably gonna die quick, which is partially the point, so I get to do my stories, but also because it's fun and see how many kills you can rack up before you die as a wolf. Why did it go below me? Is it? Actually, you know what? I'll I'm gonna grab these two things and then head over there. Wow, I thought I grabbed the other one, but I guess I didn't. I'll fight him. First, this lady gonna be a vampire, but she's gonna become a wolf. There we go. Okay. Oh, ahead. See anybody? So I like that if it doesn't attach anybody, it just goes right back to reloading. But if it does attach someone, it holds off until it runs off to kill them or whatever the hell it goes. Also, you don't know if it has like a full-on Okay. Go fight them. Is the wolf chrome? Oh yeah, the wolf does chrome. Huh. I need more shield now. Oh. Item. Oh, someone near me. What's for me to do? I keep doing that on accident. Okay. Party. comes the rain. To hit. Hey, you get full health out of that. Nothing. Someone's fighting over here though. Nobody here? Huh. Oh well, I guess we can move forward then. See what I can pick up here. Oh, I'm lucky here. Okay, we'll be heading in. So if you ever want to play wolf mode, if you just want to do this for the hell of it, the thing is when you get this power, you have to drop all your weapons. You can carry any kind of health or shield item. The only weapon the only quote unquote gun you can carry would be the chug cannon. Other than that, you can't drive cars. Werewolves can drive cars in werewolf mode. So you have to run or ride animals. Actually, here comes one of their sons who comes stuck in my head. You know, said, here comes the rain. I should have gotten, here comes the rain again, stuck in my head instead. Now, if we happen to make it to 5th place doing this, that'd be freaking awesome. Yeah. Nothing. Hey, it says caught somebody on scent. They're here. That is hilariously fun. How many poppies can you carry? I thought there was a limit. I now have 4 kills. Five kills as a wolf. Somewhat successful day of wolfing. I have 3 of these, so I'll go ahead and use this. Nothing. Okay, to move in. See how much damage we caused, by the way. We tore up the side of that thing pretty good. Okay. Good job, Wolf. There's another one. There's the other one. Could we have something? Nada. We're gonna go over here and look for some shield. Six kills. That's a wolf. Here. 40 seconds. Oh. Nothing that I could use. Well, we got up to 5th player now. Hello. Damn. You're getting distracted. What just happened? Shoot herself? Hilarious. Okay, back to reading. That was a good one. I didn't mean for that to last that long. The whole point was not to last that long. But I got 6 kills as a wolf. I should have jumped on our wolf and then used it. Making my way through the dimly lit. This is minus 13th floor. I don't remember what part we're on now. Making my way through the dimly lit floor litter of bodies, I was about 4 feet away when midnight hit. I could feel it, the coming of midnight, and I waited for the darkness. But instead came the tolling of bells, dozens of big metallic bells found in the towers of ancient Coptic churches. I wanted to hold my ears, block out the noise, but kept Readin held close to me. The door before us flew open and rebounded off the wall as I had done to it earlier. The figure was darkened into shadow by ghostly light that backed it until it stepped in. Beyond the door was a hallway, just a normal hallway. And from that hallway had stepped a man dressed in a gray business suit with black hair, peppered in gray, and shiny round shoes, which didn't seem to be able to hold any of the blood he stepped into. I stared at him all, not because he was a formidable figure, an older middle-aged man leaning on a cane, but because I knew him, the famous horror author, Stephen Combs. "This is a mess," he said, exasperated. "I've never had one make this kind of mess," he added rarely. Then again, I've never had one this stubborn. I watched him. "I'm sorry." With a shake of his head, he waved his hand from side to side, like he was some kind of magician. The bodies, all the dead, began to disintegrate, the particles flowing into the air to wink out of existence. I felt my best friend's form turn to sand and then just float away from me. I gasped and grabbed the super famous author by the collar, but it was not surprising. I wasn't strong enough to call him to me in my state. "What did you do to her?" Holmes frowned at me. "You don't know. After doing all this, you have no clue," he eyed me. "You don't, you poor fool." Holmes hit the real lights, and there was a crash. I turned to see the tree legs of the wooden thing reaching up into the ceiling upon which rolled the bone bug thing from the ship. Goosebumps lit my arm. On the far wall was the unhappy biker. Where the DJ booth had been on the bloody stool, that was the only part of it left now, was the pinstripe-suited man. He was reading Readin's manga. I glanced back at the writer. "What the fuck is going on here?" I demanded. The writer leaned on his cane with both of his hands. "The party, the people in it, the women you carried to the door, none of them were real. Figments of your imagination." My jaw slacked open. It can't be. I'm the CEO of Matthews Corp. Some of those people were good friends of mine. I've known Readin forever." The writer frowned. His face was wrinkled and kind. "You are not and never were the CEO of a company, Derek's. That too was your imagination. Everything here happened tonight. Happened mostly because you can't accept what you are." "Which is what?" "A killer," the writer almost growled. My heart leapt. I spent all night trying not to be killed, and now this crazy writer was telling me I was a killer. I suddenly recognized all the creatures behind me. Monsters and murderers from Combs' novels. "I am not." He raised a brow. "You did a number on your imaginative crowd." My brow furrowed. "Shut up. I don't know what's really going on here. But you don't know me. I'm compassionate. I want her to fly." Combs studied me thoughtfully. His tongue played at his lower lip. "Maybe you aren't ready after all." He turned to open and exit the door. I followed closely, causing him to turn. "Where are you going?" "With you. Fuck this haunted hotel full of your imaginary monsters and hallucinations." Holmes grimaced. "You have to stay here." "I do not. I am not some character in a story for you to lock up in here with these freaks." He looked down. I followed his eyes to see that I was now, for some reason, carrying a large, bloodied machete. I barely heard him say, "But you are," before closing the door in my face. My new attire was a khaki fishing vest over a blue t-shirt and khaki cargo shorts. My clothes, arms, and fingerless gloves were soaked in blood, yet none of it seemed to be mine, as I was no longer injured. I backed away from the door and wandered into the game room, where I sat on the no longer gore-covered bed, placed the oversized knife down, and placed my face into my hands to let out a moan of sorrow. Before I could moan, my fingers touched a rubber mask, and I removed it. Moved his sad clown's face to stare at it. The outer edges of his jowls sagged like a bulldog's, though it was in human form. One by one, the creatures and murderers opened the closet. Wop stomped or crawled in before closing it behind him. Don't ask me how the three thing fit, or where the bone creature shut the door. I wasn't paying attention, and killer or not, that bone thing still gave me the creeps. The last through was the murderer in the pinstripe suit. He laid a compassionate hand on my leg and gave it a squeeze before moving through the door on his own. And then I was alone. I missed Raven, even if she had been imaginary, even if I had killed her. I missed the comfort she had brought me, a comfort I needed now more than ever. I thought about her, imagined carving her beak and slicing open her arms, and suddenly I felt a different kind of comfort. My heart stirred, and my belly warmed, imagining, or maybe remembering, her death helped me a little. I imagined or remembered my assistant manager's death. This had been quick. After all, he had been the first and only guard, but I still managed to find time to pop out an eye with the tip of my knife. My memories turned to stuffing the twit witch at the end of the hallway into the bladed, gaping jaws of the mechanical wolf, which I had forced down on her and made a mess with. I could call her Twit. She wasn't my coworker after all, just my victim, with her guts all over my waiters. I remember carving the gamers to pieces the moment I had popped out of the closet. They hadn't been helped me because they had been so busy dying. Suddenly I felt better than ever. Adrenaline pumped through me like it had been in the spaceship, and I rose filled with purpose. I shoved the blade into my chest diagonally, having it run from my right chest muscle into my firm abdomen, because it felt right to carry it like that, and stepped through the closet door one last time. I stepped into a thick fog and darkness, lit by something further within it. Fogs as thick and darkness should have filled me with apprehension, but instead it filled me with exhilaration. I felt like the fog was my own home. I stepped through it into the light. Under a street light, a tabby feline woman was fidgeting with her purse over an old baby carriage, which seemed to be from the 1970s, from which some impatient child was calling. The woman's tail twitched with annoyance. At the sound of my feet loudly stomping up to her, the woman looked up at me. She screamed like the gamer had. I removed the blade from my chest, and I got to work. The end. Ooh, that was a long one. Holy cow. And that is the end of Mine the 13th floor. Where am I on time? It is 3:11. We'll play to 3:30 at least one more werewolf-centric. I do believe that is going to be our only read for the day, which means our reads are going to go slow here. This next one is not as long, I think. No, I may have two in the next one. We have two next ones, and they're like, well, the first one's not very long. The second one's fairly long. That was Mine the 13th floor. Now, let's talk about Mine the 13th floor. Mine the 13th floor came to me because I was at the time I was writing the Anthro novel, I'm not sure about putting out, and I wanted to put an Anthro short out. I was like, maybe a horror short. And then I came upon this place that was accepting horror shorts for a collection, and they all had to be Anthro related. I was like, okay, this fits, so I wrote it. As you can see, if one of my creatures show up in it, the tall tree is back. The killers aren't anything relatively mentioning anything, except for the bone creature. The bone creature was my ode to the creatures from Dean Koontz' Brother Odd. These days it takes a lot to creep me out. Like, not a lot creeps me out. And, I know Dean Koontz and Stephen Kings are one of the two that can actually creep me out if they need to. If they try really hard at it, I'll be disturbed by them. But something about the creatures, the bone-like creatures in that novel, that weren't exactly the same as mine, but, mine were out too, so there were some similarities. Something about those creatures were freaking just grossly disturbing to me. I don't know why. Like, they gave me that goose flesh feeling every time I read about him describing how they moved. The tall tree, of course, I had used this spindle thing, because I barely got to use this thing in tall trees. And because at that time, the kid was in panic. He wouldn't have grabbed that stupid spindle thing anyway. He wouldn't have been that dumb. So, that would be. Let's say a B. So, I had him grab it this time, so he didn't know what it was. in the log jam. Hopefully not too many people land log jam. It's fairly towards the end. We'll play till to the 30 minute or the third hour, so if we die too quick, we'll come back in. We're done reading for the day. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. A reminder that if you do like what you're hearing, all the dead ends are free, and that my new werewolf novel is up, and buying it, you support my writing, and I can continue to write. Okay. People could chill for a minute. I need to take this. Dump this. So we were able to still an infection. And already kill out 3 people. Oh. What is that? That's a weird noise. Okay. That is a weird noise, I guess. Reading somebody. Ah, that way. They're far enough away, I don't care. So hiding these? Oh, you can. What do you become? No, you don't become, you call it? Chrome when you hide in them. Oh, right, I no longer have a tree on the field. I forgot about that. Okay, let's go get our target. Tertiary. Nothing. Oh, frick. I didn't know it was him. Ooh. Just him. I honestly did not think of Kyle as being clever by coming to that wall. $35. Damn. Precise shots took down the wall. Time is it? Oh, what the hell? Let me do that. One more drop. This will be our last drop for the day, guys. My son showed me a picture of ramen and coffee. How dare you violate both those awesome foods like that? Coffee sounds good though. I might go grab myself some after this. And I have to get around to cleaning my bathroom. Meh. I'm losing sound. There it goes. Okay. Oh fuck, where am I going? Mother Barn? Here's the house. Mother Barn. I should drop him now. Other people want to get down to it first. I probably had to grab a weapon and then go get him. We have a Darkness Fall, or the Nothing's Fall. The Last Reality Fall. For our Skeletal Voyager, who, by the way, is the one who died in the comics where he threw himself in the 0 point over DC. I think we're going to last this one very long. Our last drop will be very short, but whatever. Well, I don't hear anybody near me, so why not? So get somewhere I can drop my shield. Let's see if we can find some what is here? Hey there, pal, you stuck here too? I don't know who this is. Chromehead, hello. Chrome, Candy, Home Punk. We'll check them and see if there's others we've gotten lately when we get out. I don't honestly know. So many people were coming this way and nobody made it on the flutter barn. It was weird. Oh, the guy hunting me died. This fool must be part crap, he likes money. Looking. Yeah, I know it's there. Unless you got help, I can stop beeping at me. This is a cool looking fountain. It's kind of weird how it's set up, like the jet's going down into the fountain. Wouldn't that just be completely negating the jet's abilities? I don't know. I don't run this. Is that your chest? Ah, I was gonna see what exploded. It was a test. Oh, there it is. Actually, I don't need that. Okay. He does his. This one has a freaking shell boost. Almost got him. I have plenty of health items, though. I just realized that. Oh, I love that weapon. That is by far my in the entire game ever. We have a battle pass before we head off for the day. This is it. This is it. I don't have quite enough to get the next thing, so I have to wait on that. We are a handful of pages towards the end, actually. I don't know if we're gonna make it through all the extras. By the way, are all the extras open? Oh, that's right, we already seen them all. Is this open? Yeah. 15 days till the Herald. So the next thing will be the next rose, the fresh Fendel style, and then we'll go down here. I think this will be my one after next. I just like this one. Did I just unlock? Did I just unlock? Oh, this one. Which reminds me, I think I have things to attach to Linux, and I haven't done it yet. Where's she at? Oh, man, lady, where you at? Wait, do I not have her unlocked? Open? I swear I did. No, I don't. God. Well, okay then. We'll go ahead and set her up real quick. Her name is Linux, and she has IRL, so it'll be easy. Oh, so that's a swirl. Have this style? Ah, let's see. A triangle style. What's the name of that? Bun Bun Bang Bang. Okay. Well, there's two bangs, so I guess it's okay. This one doesn't have a style, just until something big, but whatever. I don't know if she has. Oh yeah, she does have all those weird bunny things. Okay. Let's see if she has a. Is. I'll be doing the other one. Oh, why not? Well, we haven't used in a while. I guess that looks so good on there. Yes. Some oldies. Oh, I also need to see if she has a wrap. She does. I don't think I have that as a person, as a Showtime person, whatever the hell you call them. Okay. I'll go ahead and hit that and do show. And we'll go with that. Not perfect. It's probably the closest we'll get. It is technically pink. This one. And which reminds me, is there anything else I need to sort? Reset. I'm done. I have you. I have you. Do you have to do that? No. You. I have all of you loaded up. I got her last, by the way. I do have you somewhere in here. You got one in here? Oh. Oh. Peely's been. I forgot I bought him the other day. Just for all of it. I take those off because I keep switching around things on it. Okay. Okay, so we are done for the day. That's all we have. I'm gonna go back up the randos. 0 point, by the way. So hello to the end of everything. So next time we'll start up. So we may have a stream later tonight if I feel like it. It depends on what I feel like. May or may not. Oh shit. Hold on, I'm reading something real quick. I freaking hope so. A Russian pilot ejected from a military plane moments before it crashed into an apartment building in what could have been a kamikaze attack, killing 13 people. You're targeting. The Russians are attacking and targeting apartment buildings. Really? There's no way they are the good guys. Not in any form could you say they were good people. With that said, we're done for the evening, or we're done for the morning. We may be back today, may or may not. Just depends on what's going on, what I feel like if I'm busy. If not, I'll likely see y'all tomorrow morning. It will possibly be more Fortnite. Because of time-related issues, if I get up super early, we may do 2 books reading. If I get up late, we only do the one story. We'll also do more of the 5 in a row mission. Which reminds me. Let's see if I can get back in here without having to log all the way back in. I'm just going to see where I was on the 5 since I got up there a few times. If I log back in, I'm not going to bother, but let's see what that says real quick. Okay. Only one. Okay. So that's what I expected. I couldn't remember. I know I got one. I couldn't remember I got more. So tomorrow we'll probably work a bit on that, get a few final rounds in. We'll read at least one of the stories. If not both. The Demon of Sleep Street is next, and it's a short one. So if I get up like 6 o'clock in the morning again and stream, I'll read that one and Rabbit. If not, Rabbit will be the next day. Tomorrow is Thursday. I do work Friday morning, just a heads up, so Friday there will likely be no streams. And then Saturday is iffy. Probably not. So if we're just going on that, you will likely see me tomorrow morning and Thursday morning. No, I'm sorry, tomorrow morning. Thursday morning, maybe tonight. Yes, tomorrow morning. Unless something pops up. And then after that, you won't see me till Monday again. I'll have Monday and Wednesday again. So Monday morning and Wednesday morning, maybe the evenings. Come pop by. Again, if you have the ability, I'm going to post it again here. If you're on YouTube, again, it'll be down below. This link will take you to the page that'll will take you to the pinned post on my page that shows you the links towards my book. If you have a chance, if you have $5 to throw, buy my book, read it, and tell me what you think. Hell, tell me what you think here live. You know, I can't censor the thoughts if you come yell at me. I just suck on live. Or, you know, whatever. Feel free to let me know. I think that's all I have for right now, as far as I can see. I hope to see y'all tonight or tomorrow morning. Tonight, if we do play, it'll be ESO. Peace and out, guys.